Hi, it's Paul Sackett, Good News Broadcast, speaking to Bob Freeland. Hi, Bob. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Okay, good. You're the Senior Public Relations Manager at ToysRUs.
I am. You can call me a toy expert if you want to. I prefer that.
And we've spoken many times over the years about the good things that ToysRUs does. And once again, ToysRUs is doing a wonderful outreach here for people with autism, actually. ToysRUs launches a fundraising campaign to help Autism Speaks solve the autism puzzle, and that's an organization. And tell us what's happening.
Well, you know, normally when I come on and I talk to you, it's talking about the hot toys for the holiday, but this is a little bit more kind of to the core of who ToysRUs is. You know, we love kids, all kids. And because of that, we wanted to kind of make a stand about autism. Therefore, we partnered with Autism Speaks, which is the nation's largest science advocacy organization for autism.
Okay.
Basically, anybody can come to any one of our stores, either ToysRUs or BabiesRUs, and donate any amount of money from $1 on up, and that money will go directly to Autism Speaks.
Sounds good. Do they have to buy a specific type of a toy?
You don't have to buy anything. That's the great thing about this. But if you donate $10 or more, we'll actually give you a reusable shopping bag. And it was designed by an artist with autism. His name's James Hogarth.
Oh, beautiful.
It's actually a very pretty floral-themed bag. It has a butterfly. It's really great. And, you know, it's just a great cause that we really believe in. But, you know, one of the things is that 1 in every 110 children in the United States are actually affected by autism. And these are just very staggering numbers. Therefore, we wanted to do everything we could, not only to help raise funds for Autism Speaks, but really to raise awareness.
You're being a good corporate caregiver.
Absolutely. You know, that's one of our missions. Again, we love kids, and that's every type of kid. And it's really about kind of helping out in every community that we serve.
Well, we're very involved. We have a caregiving website, some other corporations. Johnson & Johnson's involved with some outreach and different caregiving situations. Caregiving is a blessed thing. And for a corporation to go behind, I see here your president and chairman, CEO, I guess, Jerry Storch, ToysRUs Inc. is a company that loves kids. We are proud to lend our support once again to help Autism Speaks find the missing pieces of autism puzzle by raising money and awareness for this disorder. So the whole company's behind this one, right?
Absolutely. You know, the interesting thing about it is it's not just this fundraising campaign that we do every year. We're also the national sponsor of the Walk Now for Autism Speaks events. And this is a series of fundraising events throughout North America, and there's a little bit more than 80 of these events. So what you're going to find is in every market that has this event, ToysRUs employees in that area, they'll go to these events, and they'll actually walk and they'll raise money for Autism Speaks. In fact, in May, we're doing one in northern New Jersey, and the corporate office actually takes part in that, and I go to it every year along with everybody on my team.
Aha, beautiful. When is that, in May?
I would have to double check the date on it, but I believe it's May 23rd-ish.
Aha, okay. All right, maybe we can figure out some way to be there. You know, have something here, the 10 toys that speak to autism, okay? A special subset of the annual ToysRUs Toy Guide for differently abled, I like the way you say that, kids. What are some kinds of toys that would be helpful for somebody that does have autism?
Well, one of the things we found is, and, you know, let me just explain the differently abled guide that you just mentioned. Every year, for I believe it's over 15 years now, we've actually created the ToysRUs Toy Guide for differently abled kids. We work with a group called the National Lekotek Center. They test each of these toys with every type of child to see really what types of skills each toy develops. We take a subset of that list, partner with Autism Speaks, and create these 10 toys that speak to autism. So each toy, and these are everyday toys you can find on the shelves of our stores or other stores. These toys help develop skills, and of course, for children with autism, skills that you really should keep in mind are creativity, language skills, social skills like turn-taking. These are things that children with autism tend to need to work on.
Okay, so are they readily seen on your website, or how would somebody know which kinds of toys have been, considered in this regard?
You can actually go to ToysRUs.com/AutismSpeaks to see the 10 toys that speak to autism. We actually have a little site dedicated to our Autism Speaks campaign. And not only can you find the 10 toys that speak to autism, you can also donate directly on that site, so you don't even have to go to one of our stores. But each of these toys is listed on that website. There's a little link that you can follow to see these toys. You can also go to our store and you can ask about these different toys. But, they're fun toys. Some of them are toys that you'll definitely know, like the Nintendo Wii. And this is a great toy for children to help develop skills because it helps with visual skills, it helps with social skills, and again, social skills are very important for children with autism because they need to learn things like turn-taking. It also helps with fine motor skills, gross motor skills, and of course thinking. This is a great system in and of itself. Of course, there are other smaller toys that are also part of the list. One of my favorites is the Little People Noah's Ark playset from Fisher-Price. And this is just a cute little set of Little People characters with different animals. Kind of looks like Noah's Ark, so of course 2 of each animal. But it teaches, it reinforces creativity, thinking, language, fine motor skills, and tactile skills. And again, these are everyday toys. You can find them on Toys R Us shelves or other stores, but they really do help develop these skill sets.
This is not a fooling around opportunity here. I see. Is that right? $1.9 million were raised?
That's what we raised last year, but since we started this partnership 4 years ago, between Toys R Us customers, Toys R Us Inc., and the Toys R Us Children's Fund, we've raised $5.5 million for Autism Speaks.
Wow.
And, this year we've just started. Last week was our official kickoff to the campaign. We've already raised over $150,000.
Wow. Marvelous. Congratulations, and thank you for doing it. I'm looking at some of the other toys here. I like this rock and rollin' piano here.
I love that one. It's a lot of fun. It's kind of a rollable rubber keyboard, so kids can roll it up, walk away with it. But it does develop, again, important skills. Self-esteem is an important one that it helps develop, as well as fine motor skills, auditory skills, creativity, and thinking. And a lot of these, again, are just different skills. What you'll find is different children with autism or other developmental disabilities, they'll go to therapists who will tell parents which different skills their children should be developing at this point in time. Parents can actually use the 10 Toys That Speak to Autism as a guide for their family and friends to help buy appropriate toys.
Little Tykes basketball?
That's a great one. But again, it's a tiny basketball hoop. And, again, social skills is a very important thing, as well as self-esteem that children need to work on. Because, again, children with autism, they don't really understand how to socialize, how to take turns, and things like that. And one important thing I should mention about these toys before I forget is that, of course, some of these toys may seem a little young, but the thing to remember is, as different children develop at different ages, just because a child with autism is 10 does not mean that child will not have fun with these toys, even if they're geared for 4 and up. It really depends on the child's individual development.
Okay, makes good sense. Now, these Nintendo Wii consoles, which I have played on now, but this is this more of a children's edition, or?
This is the exact same edition. And that's the really interesting thing about these toys. These are the exact same toys you would find regularly on our shelves. So these aren't special toys designed specifically for children with autism. These are toys that children with autism can actually play with alongside their friends and family, because their friends and family will be playing with these exact same toys.
Okay, that's a beautiful thing. What is this? Princeton Child Development Institute in New Jersey, photographed by... So you had 9 extraordinary... I'm looking at the website.
You're looking at our Faces of Autism campaign.
Right, I am. And so I go to continue. So we see some... my beautiful princess, full of hope and promise. Wow, this is beautiful. So there's... these all just still photos at this point?
What we did was we actually worked with a photographer named Thomas Balsamo. And Thomas Balsamo is very well known for taking pictures of children with developmental disabilities.
Okay.
So we actually discovered him through a book he had already created. We worked with him to bring him down to PCDI, which is the Princeton... Oh, I'm blanking on the actual name of it, but it's a school in Princeton dedicated to children with autism. But we worked with Thomas Balsamo to come down to that school to take pictures of children specifically for our campaign. So we worked with him to find children with autism that he was able to photograph, and what he focused on was the faraway look in the children's eyes.
It's a beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous, boy.
I mean, he did an amazing job. We actually, this is the second year we're using these photos. These are different photos than the ones we used last year, but it's within the same set. We actually created an entire gallery of this in our corporate headquarters last year.
Oh, beautiful. That's marvelous. Well, you guys have been done wonderful outreach. We had some outreach that you were involved with. That was a children's AIDS organization, and when we did a nice concert here with Pete Seeger and a bunch of children.
Absolutely. The Children Affected by AIDS Foundation is one of the charities that we support through the ToysRUs Children's Fund.
Right. We were involved in a certain way, and that really put a big honor on Good News broadcast. So I thank you once again for that. So, well, obviously your heart's in the right place, and our youth and our children, says the grandpa, is everything.
Absolutely.
It's the future.
And one thing, I did check on the date of our Northern New Jersey Walk. It is Sunday, May 23rd.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, let's see what we can do. So, Bob, once again, it's always an honor and pleasure to speak with you. Faces of Autism and a lot of these wonderful toys and a great outreach. So people are able to donate and feel better about themselves, knowing that maybe we'll get closer to finding a solution here on this autism. And obviously it's grown immensely on the amount of people having it, so let's grow the funds so we can finally figure out ways to keep from having it to happen.
Absolutely. That's our major goal, to help find a solution to help solve the puzzle
Great.
of autism.
Fantastic. Okay, thank you once again, Bob.
And thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.